Ah! 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 Hello! It is time. We are here. Final Fantasy 14. After we beat Pokemon yesterday, which took surprisingly long for a Pokemon game. Like we had a bonus stream and everything. Was weird. Anyway. It is now time for Shadowbringers. I hope you're excited. Because I sure am. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, that's a pretty loading screen. Oh, look at that. Now, in case you're wondering how we got here, it's pretty easy to answer. After the last Genshin stream I did, I just felt like idling in Final Fantasy a bit, and I happened to look into the Binui. We didn't actually do anything though. We just walked around and T-posed. But except for our location, nothing changed. Now, let us walk back to Elfino and have a look around Gate Town. With this depressing music. Oh. And ye. So, it shouldn't be too long now until we can at least hit Endwalker. I am hoping that we can actually finish Endwalker by sometime in January, when the new patch is going to come out. But that is unfortunately very unlikely. Because this game is long. Although one of the longest parts of this game, waiting for queues, has now been limited for us to exactly and only trials. Because now we can play every dungeon with NPCs. You're still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of your mouse pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced bread and make home for yourself, eh? Gaten's not much to look at, but it's at least safe, and the meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. Alfino. A large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks, meal, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. Ah. So much meal. No. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Yes. Every day I dream of the life that waits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Probably not. Let's be honest here. Probably not. Ah, well. Alfredo, where are you? Little Bean. Hello. You see what Gaetan has to offer. These people can no longer fend for themselves. They've become dependent on handles of meal and believe Yulmor is the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive of any other way of life. You disapprove of Yulmor? 'Tis difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is that uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. Not that it matters, however unjust the system seems to me. If these people claim to be content with their lot, it's hardly my place to criticize the choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. It does not seem that those who have chosen to forgo Yulmor's largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence. In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gatetown. And so hamlets like fields across the island are left empty and unattended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I'm not convinced that Yulmor's generosity truly serves the best interest of Colusia's people. Yet I'm not so naive to think there's some miraculous solution to all of this. Yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive. Even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from the poverty by the hand of the capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will know for sure, however. I will not know for sure, however, until I've taken those long-delayed steps through Yulmor's gates. It is fortunate that you arrived when you did, Rain. I've been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city. And if all goes to plan, I should soon come to fruition. There's a beast tribe who makes its home at the seas surrounding the island, the Ondo they are called, though you and I know them as Sahagin. For the most part, they keep to themselves in the ocean grottos and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tataru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I truly did discover that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular. When I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Yulmorian lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords, without first negotiating a price. Ah, that's so cute! My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet them with it on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Excellent. I shall be glad of your company. First things first, then. We must pay a visit to Moshamoa, my supplier in right. Come, it's just to the northwest of here. Nani? We are being spied on? No! But that's so sus. Why are you being sus, person? Do not be sus. It's rude to be sus. Ah well. Ah, this music. So depressing. Which is exactly what I wanted, so it's perfect. It serves its purpose well. Teleport crystal. Let's go. Woo. Okay. Moishamoa. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Good day to you, Moishamoa. This is my associate, Rain. We are here to collect the produce I purchased. I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. Mr. Lad. Short blue hair? No? He said he'd come on your behalf, and since you seem to know all the details, I just assumed. Confound it. Someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. This charlatan was here not long ago. He cannot have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You'll find a vantage point on the south side of the town, and I'll shall take to the west. No, a charlatan. No! We have been spied on by the sus person, and they stole our fruit. Search the surroundings for a male mistle. Yup. Ah, there he is. I found him. There he is. Hello. Cat boy. Look at him. Right, any sign of him? Yup. He's right over there. Oh. You have a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes a good at his escape. He won't. I promise. Ooh. There he is. Let's interrogate him. Go.
There you are.
Oh, voiced. Pog. I haven't had a voice cutscene in years.
The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear. Must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmorans' interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Xie, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best.
He's so good.
We strive to bring swift salvation to this world. That countless
He changed
lives might
so
be
much.
saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
No. No, you shouldn't. That's not who you are.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Wright then? Is that? I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble.
Who's there?
Come on, they may need our help.
You got it. He's grown so much. Oh, a wind ether. Nice. Ether current. Oh, I love him so much. Ah, these characters are so good. They should take care of the rest of his injuries. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. The poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. I thought for certain I was dead. Am I able to repay his kindness? We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin to telling us your name? Tristel. I was invited to Yulmore to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures of them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turned me out into the street. I was left penniless and patronless. A grave sin in Lord Vorthry's city. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon they would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the goddamned ocean. From up there? How were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizen condones such barbaric punishment. Without a second thought, when Lord Vorthley passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In our Yulmore, his word is law. Poor Tristo. The more I hear about Yulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first we should convey Tristo to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of his chilly coastal air. Way into the city? Well, what can we do? Except for appreciate Alfie now. The best boy. Ah, yeah, up there. Oh, I'm so excited to show you all of the content. Oh, it's going to be so good. Pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And if you'll permit me, I would assist you in an attempt to enter Yulmore, and so far I'm able to at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors to that awful place makes me sick to the stomach. But since it's plain you've set your minds to it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. The Yulmuran elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want. If I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have talent of painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We're going to deprive you of such a treasured possession. They give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided. But I shan't stay long in this place. Not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move out to new lands and a new profession. And I'll keep you in my prayers for knowing until my dying day. They say kindness has its own reward. But Tristel has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon this advice before any other painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skills with a brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I would hope. As for you, well, if you don't mind taking my subordinate role, mayhap you could pose as my assistant? Then it is settled. All we need now is to return to Gaitan, and await the next appearance of this vile justice. Tristo, where will you go? Now then. The atmosphere is such a masterpiece. You can just feel how these people feel. And here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. We've welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter of a plum. So come along and don't be slow, it's time to let your colors show. I can paint. Portraits at least. Landscapes or still lifes are not so rarely to commission these days. Oh, I thought I spied so few faces to the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. What proof have you of her prowess? Any masterpiece of a person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold. Such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for me, though it will note that it has seen no small amount of service. Aha, oh, Flakes of paint, both old and new, are too much loved and much used. But a proper conjured on a hop. Very well. Come with us and we'll put others' talents to the test. And who's this hanger-on? Well-wisher or parasite? Why, this is my assistant. He whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with him, or not at all. Ah, parasite then. We shall leave his fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled our latest vacant space, we retire to Yulemore's sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me, the Meole, we almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sack so we make our way back.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days. Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Mayhap? Who knows? Welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No, not even a single tear? Moving right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you only need to put your happy faces and head through the joyous hall. The Bureau of Immigration is the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in the nice loud voice. The dice will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to those folk off the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gay Town, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in envy of your fellow man, then by all means take your time. But why waste another moment? Go, enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. The Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we had better show ourselves willing to the time being. Welcome to Yulmore, my fortunate friends. May I have your names? I am Alfino, and this an artist, and this is Rain, my assistant. Ah yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizen of Yulmore are divided into two classes. They are the free, who are blessed with the favor of Lord Brothry, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You will be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity of which you are chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free or accept work as a general laborer. I see. And might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually, Chainuz and Dulia Chai, a mistle couple whom most refer to as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask you to conduct yourself with respect and humility for your own sake, as much as theirs. Now, a moment, please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. All in order. These are your registration documents. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will officially be Yulmoran citizen. Enjoy your new life in paradise. Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. Papers, please. Excuse me. What have we here? Alfino, artist. Rain, artist assistant. To be employed in the service of Lord Chainu and Lady Dulia Chai. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it best that we deliver you to the Chai residence before... Huh? Oh dear. Ah, you smell hideous. Did you crawl here through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat, the musk of some unwashed beast. Proceed directly to the delousery next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever flowers are free. After you've rinsed away that stench, you'll want to splash yourself with this perfume. Liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Colleen and the guard by the stairs will give you directions. I didn't realize we were so aromatic. Shower! Running water. Amazing. Perfume. Apply the perfume as directed. The delicate scent of roses fills the air. Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? It's not that. That's not to say. It seems rather exposed for one's absolute ablutions, does it not? Oh my god, these are all gold! Oh my fucking god! Do I hit him with the, what would Estinian say? Hurry up and shower, stinky! Or Alize would have been drying her hair by now. I think I'm going to hit her with the sibling. Hit him with the sibling. Wouldn't she just... very well. I shall endeavour to emulate her boldness then. Courage, Alvina. The use animation, perfect. Well, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go ahead and present ourselves to new patrons then? You're looking to present yourselves to the Chais, are you? Let me explain how the city's laid out then. Imagine imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. This layer here is called the buttress. Above is the understory, where the military has its headquarters. And above that, you've got the canopy, which is where the free citizen of Yulmore spend their days. So if you want to find your new patrons, you'll need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs. Then look for the Grand Names Parlor. They'll be in there, like as not. Chinese! Dulia! We are coming! Ah, yes. This, area. I remember. And then the map updates. We are going. Yulmore. Aetheryte. Give it to me. According to the message engraved in the space, special permission is required to use this Aetheryte. Oh no, I can't teleport here yet. Well, that's unfortunate. Ah well. Lulia. There you are.
Oh, who's this then?
There we go.
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
An artiste.
You must be the new,
Oh, goodness me! What an adorable boy! That silken hair, those pearly cheeks.
It begins.
And you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers. I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, as long as he pays better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Hi! I'm the bunny.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis he who best understands my work. With his unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than him being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city he has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for his priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on his behalf.
Did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have his wish. He shall be free to roam to his heart's content. Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
They're so good. Ah, I love them. Ah. Now you've the opportunity to experience Yulmore. I suggest you make most of it. Explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, mayhap. Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our new place of residence. Ah yes, new place of residence indeed. Oh, hello there. A fresh register, are we? You seem a little lost. Well, it's lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, would you be, you wouldn't happen to run into my attendant of your wanderings, would you? Big strong lad, long hair, tied back. He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realized I dropped my handkerchief. And now I've been waiting here all alone while he's been off searching for it. I'm not terribly fond of being alone. If you do see him, I would be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once. Oh no! Poor guy. Wicked white, that was too close. Thank you, friend. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind. The wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily it caught on something. I thought if I could just stretch out far enough. You must think highly of your mistress. She's my entire world. Without her, I'm nothing. When I first came to Yulmore, I thought only of improving my lot in life. But there was so much more to the city than wealth and plenty. There's no war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has been ever so kind to me, and I can think of no other place in Calusia where I could possibly be happier. I'm sorry, I might have gotten a bit carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet my lady. Once she hears of your deed, you'll be witness to her generosity firsthand. What? Lonely, you say? Curse my clumsy feet, I must return to her immediately. My assistant told me everything. I'm so grateful you were there to offer your assistance. You value him highly, then. As if he were a member of my own family. I could not live a wonderful life I will lead without him. Would we free citizen owe the bondage unending gratitude? Mayhap another society or different standing would breed prejudice or resentment. But in Yulmore, a most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual, or otherwise, is given over to the city. In exchange, we are provided with ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated with the concern of earning coin has almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy a tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must see that the markets have what the markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, and I've not forgotten you, of course, your courageous messenger and Trent rescuer. You are welcome. Ah, crap. It's full. No. That's a problem. I'm going to run out of inventory space before long. Not good. Others talk of relying on the bonded, and I haven't even given a thought as to what your duties might be. I hope I haven't interrupted your work unduly. Up to the city it is, then you really must visit the beehive. It is always buzzing with activity. Local humor. Anyway, a lady by the name of Tista B usually has a seat near the entrance. She will gladly speak with you on any number of topics, assuming you find yourself at a good side. Ah yes, the beehive, the room that I will for no particular reason do this to. Welcome to the beehive, my little drone. Seeking the sting of excitement to liven up your day? I can tell at a glance when folk are new to a happy colony. It is the nervous fluttering, you see, always gives them away. Why don't we play some cards to set you at ease, eh? A quick game of high or low, it's a simple manner of guessing who has the bigger hand. If you win, I'll grant you a single favor, within reason, of course. Interested? Ready for a game of high or low, then? Yes. Three cards for you, 3 cards for me. If you flip one of yours over, I flip 2 of mine. Well, now what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? Lower. You're going with low then? Right, let's see what we've got. My cards add up to 16, and you have a total of 7. Congratulations, your guess was right. Usually I'd concede defeat at this point, but what do you say to a rematch? One more win, then we'll talk about that favor. I forgot you had to play this. 3 cards for you, 3 cards for me. Yep. Oh, that has to be lower. That's 2 of the most high value cards in the game already on her side. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way. She got the 9. There's very little chance. The 9 and the 7. There's very little chance of beating her out if she has both of those. So low. Well, would you look at that? I think you've got a knack for this, newcomer. Congratulations, victory is yours, as is the prize I promised. Come, whisper in my ear then. Don't be shy. Tell old Tista what she can do for you. That's all. How delightful wholesome. But if knowledge is what you want, then then that is what you shall have. In my humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from Sinitas. They say Lord War III was born with the power to command them, which means no Yulmuran needs ever raise a weapon in defense of the city. Was that the kind of thing you wish to know? If your itch still needs scratching, you might get a few words out of Arthur over there. There's no ordinary sot likes more than the sound of his own voice. Allow me to make you assume what kind of establishment this is and what the reason might be for me to specifically not look at the stage right now. Was that new to you, you say? Just arrived already, you're looking to peel away the layers of mystery. Oh, I'm all for chatting, but you need to slow down and enjoy life, my friend. I'll tell you what, you hop up on the stage and give us a dance first, and then we can have a little talk. Allow me to, Wait, which stage was it? Was it this one? Yes. That's the way. Dance like there's no tomorrow. Yup. Yes. Wow, now that was a show. You're welcome to climb up on stage anytime you like. So what was it you wanted to ask me? Ah yes, some things about a fair city. Well, I can tell you it wasn't always so peaceful as it is today. The Yomoran army may be the very essence of military might, but even our forces saw grievous losses in the war against the Sinitas. Things changed for us around 20 years ago when the old ruler's sons came to power. He's got this way with the Sinitas, you see. Turns them docile as house cats. I wouldn't be exaggerating to say they've become something of an ally to Yulmor. No longer the enemy to be feared. Yet elsewhere, there are still fools who insist fighting their losing battles. Pah! A toast to Lord War III! We have avoided getting banned. Let's go. Oh, you've returned from your jaunt around the city so soon. You needn't have hurried back. Young Alphino is yet to brush to canvas. One cannot brush good art, I'm told. A good artist, apparently. Finally! Ooh, fancy outfit, Alphino. I've put together an ensemble of out of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh, goodness gracious me! That last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome boy. However, I must decide. Oh. What happened to painting? Exactly. This is an artist, dear. It's not a dress-up doll. It's about time we set him to work for the reason we got him here. Must we? I do love a good painting, but the thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly. Well, that is to say, as long as you... Just make sure you give the lad time to prepare. You know, we'll be upset if he's not ready to paint a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So, shall we pick out some jewelry next? Ah, this is so good. Lady Chai has a very particular sense of beauty, and probably that extends to how she dress whilst painting. But this obsession of hers works in her favor. The time I spent indulging in these distractions is time you can use to continue your explorations. For this excursion, I'd like to delve into the layer below us and sniff about the military headquarters. I'm sure the understory has its own tale to tell. Oh yeah, I need to show you an NPC. I need to show you this NPC. Right here. Do you recognize her? Something about you seems so very... No, it can't be. As if you could have possibly seen my future business partner in a dream. What a preposterous thing that would be. Yup! This is alternate universe Rowena. Isn't she glorious? And she also is a cold-hearted businesswoman. They truly are the same person. But yeah, a lot of people exist twice. The only people that don't exist twice right now have died in one of the worlds and haven't been resurrected yet. From the, cycle of life. Because souls do get reborn in this universe. But they lose all the memories of their past life. As such, there is also a version of us in this world. Though we do look a tad bit different from him. Nutsport! Pog. Oh, that's nuts. And bolts. Okay. Where the heck am I? You're one of the bonded, aren't you? Like me? Please, I need your help. My throat is... I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's not getting any better. My patron thinks I'm of no use to him. I need you to sneak out to the derelicts and describe my condition to Thoric. He's the list of symptoms. And a hunk of meal to pay his medicines. Please, I have no one else to turn to. Okay, fine. Oh, yeah, you know, medicine, stunning explosions. A cure for an ending voice it is. No medicine will cure this. Methinks her songbird has a lump in her throat, must be cut out or excised. And even then the voice may never heal completely. Poor little songbird. Will they kick her from the nest, I wonder? Or simply silence her chirps? Ooh, FaZe, you didn't know. Of the many hopefuls who enter the city, very few ever seem to leave, even as corpses. You might see one or two fortunate fools hurled from the balconies, but the rest, gone. The town of nightmares it is. Not for the ship's rat, no, I'm content to scurry about right down here and nibble on the crumbs that fall from the table. This consultation is over. You have my verdict. I shall have my meal. Good day. Oh no. The poor girl. Getting the Ethernet shard. There we go. Will they kill her? No. Did you get my medicine? So that's it. What do I have to do if I can't sing? Ah, there you are, my sweet canary. Have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend. Oh, generous sir, have mercy, I've done all I can. But even the apothecary said... Sorry for the squeak. I need a better boom arm. So you've been suffering all this time. I'm sorry, my pet. I hadn't realized your affliction was this grave. But you needn't fret. I'll not reward your hours of trialing with the casting you out into the street. You are too kind, sir. But what if you use am I if I cannot sing? I fear that day I become more burden to you than treasure. Then I shall have a word with Lord Vorthry and arrange for your ascension. In that paradise where resides neither pain nor illness, will your song ring out clearly once again? Or mayhap you think a scepter far? No, why? You would do that for me? Of course. But I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. Ascension? Ah, you must be a new arrival. Allow me to explain. As all know, the Sin Eaters exist to devour the sinful. But also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them onto celestial paradise. It is through Lord Vorthry that we learned this truth. It is through Lord Vorthry's grace that the free people of Ylma are destined to embrace salvation. We are blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment until at least we are called to a final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within that host, should their patrons deem them worthy. Lord Vorthry truly is a great man, isn't he? Now if you will excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation for the compassion you have shown my precious canary. I think it's canary, not cannery. A cannery is a factory that makes cans. And I'm stupid. Let's go. What is ascension? What will happen to her? It is good to see you back. You were taking so long I began to worry something bad happened. I've begun sketching an outline for the portrait, but nay, the ties appear otherwise occupied. What the fuck do you mean, sketch an outline? Excuse me? Will you share what your investigation have gleaned thus far? So, Lord Vorthree boasts some manner of influence over the Sinites. Does he? I will explain the reverence in which he is held by the citizenry. And as for this ascension business, we cannot help but be put in mind of that apothecary and his ominous remarks. If so many folks have entered the city over the years, then where did they go? I took my eye for a moment and you're chattering away with that assistant of yours. Am I to assume that outline is done then? What the blazes? It's so unflattering. Explain yourself, Alfino. What is your artistic interpretation? It should evoke images of affluence and nobility, then overwhelm the viewer with its boundless beauty. But try. As you stated, this portrait was to commemorate your anniversary. Yours being a joyous union, it seemed to me that realistic portrayal. Realistic? I don't want realism, I want perfection. A spectacle to slacken jaws and weaken knees to make people cry at an amazement. Now, fit to blank canvas and... Say, did that come from above? Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A tale to make the quiver and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain on the loose set to ruin a fair city. But our Lord has got him now, and his fate will not be pretty. He has the hammer of justice poised to come crashing down, and one and all who'd watch should fall are invited to join his lordship in the offer. A malcontent, how dreadful. And this man is to face sentencing. Oh, that's right. In fact, if you're curious, it might be worth going along for their experience. The offer they mentioned is part of the emergent, the level above us where the Lord Vorthree resides. Ordinarily, you would be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening its doors for the next little while. The Crown Lift will take you up there. We'd better not dwell then. This is such a good painting. Okay, they don't say anything about the painting. Fine. Join the crowd up there? Yup. Let's go up and see what we have in front of us. Oh, the tense music. There he is.
That's him. That's Vorthree.
Ah, he is thick. How does he sound in this version?
He's attended by sin eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Mercy! Mercy!
No, it can't be.
By the 12.
Oh my gosh.
Kaishia, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Vorthree, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud. He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Yulm is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society.
Yelling much. Yeesh.
To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then is a man of mercy to do, but offer the sinner another way to show his contrition?
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin-eaters are part of Yulmor's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
Okay, I don't like this guy. He seems mean.
Kaishia won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by a desire to share in your paradise. That you would cast him out, I could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Yulmor?
Ooh.
Oh, you dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours?
Nope.
The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin-Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
People call this paradise.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me. Of Yulmor. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence. Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could. Can you walk?
I think so.
Did that little worm just insult me?
Yes.
I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them! Torture them! Then tear out their hearts!
Okay, chill. Oh, hello. What are you doing here, Emperor Solus? Forgive me, my anger seem to have marched us back outside again. It is probably best we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn out our welcome in Yulmore. In any case, I've seen enough of the world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Sin Eaters will find few allies in Colusia. I will accompany you back to the Custarium. We need to regroup and think on our strategy anew. Sure, I've done you grave disservice. You were hungry and desperate, and I offered you a solution without once considering the risks inherent in accepting it. If I'd but known the price you would be made to pay. You gave me everything I needed to make your idea work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me, and now Lord Vorthry wants us all dead. Why not come back with us to the Crystarium? I'm certain we can find work for you there, if you're willing. No, that would just be me leaning on your kindness again. I need to do some thinking. Learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Very well, but you must promise you'll be careful. The Yulmurans may come looking for us. I'll keep my head down, don't worry. And you take care too. Give you the chance to repay what you've done for me. Alfino! Lord and Lady Chai. What in the blazes did you do? They have the entire city looking for you. I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alfino. Now that I've had many beautiful, striking pictures painted for me, but there was something about your work. It was as if you had caught the very essence of your love. It rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold, unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you began. I will speak with Lord Vorthry and vouch for your character. I'm sure we can smooth over hard feelings. I'm sorry, Lady Chai. There are more important matters to which I must attend. More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest? Pray press me no further. We are leaving. But I would not presume to take the garments you were so kind to procure for me. One moment. I wouldn't hear of it. Keep the clothes, you silly boy. I insist. And I shall make arrangements so that you can pass through the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come and visit. I will return. I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. The next time we meet, I shall be better prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade. I like them. Ah. To think that the only ones who listened would be of the free. Of those who have nothing to gain. Who've already gotten everything they could ever want to live out their lives. Ah. That's why I like these two. I just realized that this aesthetic that we're having here right now, with the endless, the eternal light, everlasting light, it kind of looks like the piss filter from the early 2000s. You know how every game that released between 2000 and 2005 had this weird yellow stained filter over it? Kind of reminds me of that. Just yellow. Thank you, my friend, for staying by my side to this whole sordid endeavor. But it's not quite the joyous outcome I had hoped for. Our efforts have nevertheless answered with a great many questions. Suffice it to say, our plans for saving the first are unlikely to involve the aid of Lord Vorthry and his subjects. Come, we must speak with the Exarch and chart a new course. This is far from over. Okay. Half an hour. It's good to be back amongst friends. Amongst, not among. Important. In such company, I can finally turn my thoughts to the future. But I will discuss all we have learned and begin planning on next steps. I think it best that you visit Alizé. Her familiarity with Amareng will no doubt provide us invaluable insight, and besides, I know she's as eager to see you as I was. Bring a smile to her face, Rain. Ready to depart for Amareng. Alizé will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here. This is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Kassad, the master of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Umaru launch, and he will see that you reach your destination. If you came looking for work, I might have a spot for another guard. Nope. Oh, a friend of the Exarch, hoping to meet someone in Amareng, are you? Then she'll be your guide. I was about to set up our outpost there as a matter of fact, so we can leave her away. Assuming you have everything you need. I do indeed. All set, and off to the Unit Forgiving Sands we go. Woo! Ah, this music is so good.
Areng. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Areng once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Amareng meant majestic land, in the language of his people.
Hmm.
And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Oof, no matter how many times I come here, the cold never fails to catch me off guard. The sky may be as bright as the scorching hours of the day, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now the Exox letter said I was to take you to Inner Dirty's head, which is where this Alizé friend of yours is staying. But it's a fair distance, I propose you make a stop in Motsuk. To break up the trek, allow me to tend to business, and you enjoy your hospitality. So good? Good. Alright then. Alright, you lost. I'm off. I better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. Right, we're at southwest. Show us an arrow. Okay. It's time to go to Souk. Why are you at Souk? Why are you buying food at the Souk store? Oh, stop here a moment. It's the first visit to Amarang, is it not? Before you cross the river of sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. Is it this? They built them big, didn't they? That's Castle Shal, fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Nabatarang. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it'd say it was one of Northern's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabatarang's lands belongs to the light. Its great city included. A few who survived didn't see much point in staying, most of them anyway. No, not many tourists to come here these days. But with everything in ruins, even that hulking great fortress has become little more than a Maru roost for me in the cavern. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Motsuk. Let's press on, shall we? There it is. The wall of light. Here we are, Motsuk, a blessed shadow. I love this town. Motsuk, not just full of Maud, but... And not just full of Maud, but whom adore many of others, too. It has long been a refuge to folk displaced by the flood. The population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, if you met a Maud before, they might look shifty like little Brettis, but a more welcome lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay your respects to Master Gengen. I'll go ahead and let him know we arrived. Woo! Hello. Fancy mounts. Look at them. Look at those fancy mounts. Amazing. Gen. Hello. Huh? Oh, there he is. Ah. So this is a mod. It's a kobold.
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
A voiced kobold, let's go.
Very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Maud Sook.
Sook is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Maud Sook's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Maud dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Maud do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here. Come from far away. Come with much money.
Money!
And so our souk is always busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Maud philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals.
Makes sense.
And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Maud says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Hello, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look.
You buy.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots! Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Food! Food! I wonder what kind of food they have in this world. It's probably delicious. I can't wait. I'm standing in the food. Welcome to Rondon, traveler. Have ways to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare, sniff before you choose. No drooling in the merchandise, yes? Ooh. What do you have here? Oh, those look good. Are those worms? I will save it. Plum white worms say that in honey. Once you eat a glazed wiggler, you'll never want any other treat. Actually, kind of sounds good. I call that mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruits, so even the braise dries out. It's still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat. Sounds good. What's this? Frog, no! Oh, you like those? True skews. One small frog sitting on the rocks, speed with the stick, then roast over fire, crackly on the outside, gooey on the inside, perfect for snacking. No frogs. I don't want to eat frog. Poor frog. That's my ever-burning bounty. But the best part of the lizard, covered with special spicy spices, something that smells challenging, but it'll warm you until the nether nights. Ooh. They all look tasty, yes. Which to choose, which to choose? I want the bounty. Yes, put some spice in this tab, won't feel the cold this night. And probably not the next one either. Yeah, I've got the gold. Done. One verb titanium buys 7 sides of this mead. Every last mouthful. What appetite, what a belly! A new legend is born in Motsuk. Consider your compass correct. I'm pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased that you honored ours. Oh. Keeping the merchandise down, yes? No returns. I'm standing on your bread, I'm sorry. I was watching from here, Rain. You honored a customer with a great relish. We'll always be welcome to Motsuk. If you need anything in Amaring, we're here to provide. If courage, my friend. Ronan's way is the most exotic than harmful. But I don't envy you, bellyache, if you have one tomorrow. Alright, I know you've eaten. I expect you're eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if I delayed your party a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I conclude my business in Motsuk. Yeah, offering your services, are you? Well, an assistant would certainly help things along. I have received here for some goods that need picking up from the market. All properly paid for, you just need to do the lifting and carrying. I'll go and take care of some last minute haggling, see? I'll see you in a bit. Hello. Bun Bun. Bun Bun. What? No, this is Bun Bun's private homestead, not for sale. I'm sorry. Table, cactus, tauntaun, iron ore, toltol, naba, thuring, antiques, mil. To be collected from Mumu. Got it. Mumu. Yes, yes. Hey, not a thing. That's the merchant's been spoken for. You couldn't possibly change my mind with a better offer. What? Cause it said you. Why didn't you say so? I wouldn't dream of selling this goods to a high bidder. Oh, no. Number Thuring's relics, was it? I'll bet in the box here. Handle with care. Done. Okay, with the cousin, yes. Good. I can finally stop thinking about the sack. Please take your picnic purchase. Ooh. Orb? Orby. Orb. Cousin said you, did he? Right, yes. We're going for a visit again. I know, of course. That would explain this box I have here, all of yours. Take it, bye. What a lovely fellow. Run. Cassidy. Hello. Don't tell me you've been around the entire market already. I have. Enjoy your merchandise. Ah, that's the lot, alright. Good work. Oh, quick work too, considering you've not set foot in the place before. I thought you'd want to sit in the city like XIV, but something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you returned, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I have to drag in the middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Cassidy, it feels like an age since last I saw you. Well, isn't the lovely Tesseline? It has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This gentleman was on his way to me with Alize. I'm supposed to be taking him to the Count of the Desert. But a misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alize has told me so much about you. You're Rain, aren't you? I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all the stories. I'm Tesseline. I work as a carer at the inn. I've gotten to know Alize quite well since she took up guard duties here. Do you want me to take over as Rain's guide, Cassidy? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. Ah, that would be great help, thank you. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of the Amarang, and I'll send you back to the Castarium. Alize has been desperate to see you, Rain. So let's get to see you sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. You just need to swing around the ridge and head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. Ah, it's over there. Well said. I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them leave you be, if you keep the distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home to the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you can handle any beasts to try to make a meal of us? Yep. I thought you might. Alize was always saying how much... Yeah, I mean, let's get going, shall we? I have so much shit in my inventory. God damn it. I need to take care of getting an actual retainer, I think. And just offload all my stuff. Sorry, there was much time but short of warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. And yet hardly meant for you, it seems. I'd always thought Alize was strong, but in her mind. She was never... now that makes sense. Well, we should push on. It might be the best if you scout ahead and clear any coyotes that have your sand. I'll wait here till you can fight it without any distractions. Okay. I keep stumbling over words. Help! No. Okay, destination. Here we go. Sorry. Any coyotes that want to be Yoda? Jotun, even? Dang it, you fucking... Ugh. Growl. Blah, blah. Angry snake noises. Huh. Okay. They've been died. They deaded it. It's over there. The inn at Journey's End. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope to rest. Let's hope the rest have seen the handiwork and how to avoid this now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. So much light. This is it. Thanks to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. But it seems you ended up escorting me. I have to repay you a favor somehow. But first, let's head inside, shall we? Alice, I'm here! Yep. It's not an inn in the sense that you're used to. Welcome to the inn at Journey's End. You might be a first visitor from the Custarium since Alice arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. The illness isn't contagious, is it? Contagious? Well, no, not as far as we know. I don't think I've met anyone besides Alice who was so unfamiliar with the situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alice give you a full explanation. Alice, I'm here. Where are you? Where are you, Alice? Now, where is she? I think she might be at a patrol. You could wait, I suppose, so why not go and surprise her? She usually takes some things to the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head out south side and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. Huh. That one keeps turning that off. I didn't even remember I made that. Oh. Random things that we don't need unless someone's crafting, I guess. Northwest. Huh. More northwest. Oh, maybe they are helping the one FC out with content again. This is Nier's character. Niesh also has a second character. And she sometimes helps the FC that character is in with, like, content grinding and stuff. So maybe that's what they're doing right now. And that's why we have food buffs. That will explain it. They're more tricksy, but they may end in a mess disturbed sand.
Get back here!
How to say? Hi!
Is that... It can't be. Ha!
Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about.
Come
I knew
on.
you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
The panning shot for the outfit.
How are you?
I'm fine. It's been like a month for me. How are you?
We've fought them to a standstill then.
Yeah.
The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation.
That is true.
As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects, but when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason, which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
Just a matter of time. More for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well in training ground. Justine as the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters. Which is knowledge I can now share with you, while you help me finish my patrol, of course. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn, and you clear the west. That way you can have an undiluted experience with the resident terrors. These marks on the map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume any beast within with the white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater. But you'll know for sure soon enough when they come slavering after your ether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you're slain whatever's prowling around here, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Good hunting. This sells it so well. Oh, I love this so much. Like, there's one thing of just having a world that is at the brink of destruction and telling you about it, and then there's there's a whole nother thing in being able to actually show it this well. Look at this. Look at the wall. There's another spot. Well. They're all called Forgiven something, which is interesting. As if they've got anything to do with actual sin. As if they aren't just monsters. Well, but they used to be people. And I think that is the hardest part about all of this. Is that it used to be people. How did you fare? I thought there might be one of you, or two lurking in the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you noticed yourself, but individually, these lesser signatures are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that pose a threat. Much like the Void Scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols. To call their ranks awful enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when a big one comes out to play. And you've certainly helped on the front. Let's report our victories to Tesleen, shall we? I really like Tesleen. Alice tells me you've helped out on a patrol. You're for thanks, and my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad that, to see the two of you found each other. If you have no idea how badly Alice has missed your company, everything is always, if Rain were here, he would... That's an exaggeration, and I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Rain's methods. Honestly, after seeing him in actions, I can understand why. The way he leaps in the fray without hesitation, it's really something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. I'm only teasing. Though I have no doubt he deserves all the admiration he gets, just as you do. Alice is like, no, you don't dare, Tesleen. That warrior of light is mine. I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are hundreds of one things I need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alice? What, and twiddle thumbs while you work yourself to death? Should there's something we can help you with? I could do with a hand, that's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alice. When we do that, could you attend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I'm in to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing their skin isn't caked in sand. Their names are Pornil, Todden, and Talric. They may not give much in the way of response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Thank you. Todden glances at you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face ease slightly. Harvick remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin is hardened into something akin to plaster. You seen to the patients? How were they? Good, that's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I'm concerned about Harvick, though. I'll have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. We shall leave you to have the discussion then. I was going to take Rain to Motsuk if you have any errands that need doing. Well, I suppose there's one thing. Would you pick up the nectarine from the markets, please? Cause its caravan just passed through, so Rodron should have some fresh fruit. Come on then, Rain. There's something I want you to see, right after we stop at Rodron's stall, of course. Sook. 4 gil a second. That's cheap. The sound effects are weird. We are going to Motsuk. We are at Souk. Let's go. Alright, I can't repair myself on this character. Yep, that's Barbarians, yeah. I see what they're doing. They are helping people. Because they are good beans. Very good. Oh, back again, are you? You didn't have that taste of Ronron's wares. Actually, we're looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one, free of charge. Gods, I've never seen a ward merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms, if you please. One of the best victors for you. Come again, my friends. Right, that's the shopping chores taken care of. Let's head up the pass to Aetherite and to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top. Ah, fuck. I forgot, no. I'll have to walk back then, or use the porter. Here, precious worms. That buys us a trip up the tower, does it not? Please, Vignes, you actually brought them. I really shouldn't let you, but that's just once, alright? Only once. Never fails, shall we?
Look, over there, where the wall is broken.
I see it.
Do you see what lies beyond? That's
Nothing.
what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought. It's Halrick's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halrick included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals.
No.
I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed?
Yes.
Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons.
I believe you.
But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless.
Ah.
On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
Oh well, Lizzie. I'm glad I was able to show you that. When it comes to understanding the catastrophe which befell the first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the walls is worth more than an hour of Urinsey's lecturing. And I needed you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen had no other choice. The nectarine will be a kindness. It isn't just the threat posed to others. When a person becomes an eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. The carers are truly fond of their wards, and would spare them that suffering. It is their way of fighting back against a fate worse than death. I mean, yeah, it's a rapid restructuring of one's own body. I'd assume that would hurt. You know? You're back. I hope you had a nice time. Did you manage to find a nectarine? Thank you. Alice has explained why you wanted this, has she? I can see it in your eyes. But we may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others, and we've decided to keep an eye on her just for now. Thanks to you, though. If his time comes suddenly, we'll be ready to send him on his way for the taste of happier days. Well, nothing's going to happen in a little while yet. So let's see if we can lighten the mood. We don't want the gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time for the welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat and I'll make us a nice stew.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
I needn't have gone the trouble.
Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable. To receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
They're coming.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Rain, Halsey, we have to go look for Ulrich. I don't know what's gotten into him, but he was wandering out there alone. Will assigning surgeries to split up? Any idea we might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before. But it can't be a coincidence, not that the other patients are suddenly so agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to in. Ulrich isn't very sure on his feet, so we won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Ulrich, please be alright. I'll cover the north and west then. You take everything from here to the south. Go! No, where could he be? No, 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 no. Let's see, maybe he's over there. He's seen a Sang of Elric. Maybe he went further west. That's a player. Oh. You scan your surroundings to search of Elric, and suddenly find yourself under attack. Oh no! Sin-Eaters! Let's use Xenoglosy twice. Xenosassy. And get a stack. Nice.
Any sign of him?
Not particularly.
No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin-Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Oh no. What's happening? Oh no, that's a big one, isn't it?
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it! There it is!
Elric!
Is that... Oh no! Ulrich!
We have to run!
Oh no.
Teslim! No!
What?
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Oh no. Holy shit.
No!
Forgive me, Alice.
Oh. I'm sorry, Rain. I tried to tell the carers what happened, but I can't be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this. That's so unfair. This lead was always so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain. For other people in the world to suffer such a fate. I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so appreciate what you're doing here. Me? I can barely. I don't have the words. Without a body, we can't even give her a proper burial. And she cared about that sort of thing. About giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. I've spoken with the carers. Thank you. What you doing? It didn't mean sell it to them. To me. Sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Harrick. You weren't hurt at all, were you? There wasn't even a fight. That was too late. Too slow. I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course, but just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course. She would have done the same. Farewell, Halric. Keep the Celine's words close to your heart. Wait, you're leaving at this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is super tasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. This damned light building without seas. It's the reason we can't save this corrupted by the Eaters. But what if we created the balance? Even if it were only by little by little. Even if it took years, would surely make things better. Lower on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repair the Eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I've gained here to hurt them. I will remember to do this first. I'm speechless. I'm sorry. It's just... like, you know, I've played this before. And I remember this. And it still gets me. Like... not because I care much about Tesleen. Like, how could I? I've known her for exactly an hour. But Alize has known her for a year. And I've known Alize. Ooh. That's been a long time. So it's more seeing her just genuinely hurt. Forgive me, Rain. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against this bride with kindness, I must find it in my own way, with steel. Miss Alize, is there anything I can get you? Your swiftest arm, Mara, I need to return the Crystarium immediately. As you wish. Remind me to wear goggles if I ever fly over Amarang again. I've barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help to clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the Sin Eaters out, shall we? Hello. Thank you for seeking me out, Rain. It meant a lot to have you there at my side. Looking for Delphi now. I'd say he's eager to begin this discussion as I am. I say we lay your experiences before the Exarch and step back, see what kind of picture they make. Then we can decide where to go from here.
And so you return.
Hi.
Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Better is not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness. Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist. Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Yulmore might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters. Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Are you sure that eliminating the Wardens will be enough?
Your uncertainty is understandable, given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then.
Whoa! That's so cool! It's time for lore!
In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially. Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence. If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds. What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities.
Those actually both happened.
7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
Wind, lightning, fire, earth, water, and ice. And then there was one of darkness. The last one.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the Light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Norvrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
What might that be?
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
My lord.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
Hallminster Switch is in the north of Lakeland, so it'd best make haste with our preparations. In fact, meet me outside the Crystarium at the crossroads northwest of the Ascensor Gate. And I shall lead you there myself. Lead you there myself, even. Yep. Well, that is that. One thing I can also tell you is that one of the worlds in that diagram he showed us does not exist anymore. The 13th is destroyed. It is in fact the Void, from which the Void sent hail. All set. We follow this road north, and we will arrive at Northern Staging Point. The village itself lies not far beyond. Quickly now. Help! Help! Okay. This sounds... Oh! Ah! Leave me alone! No! Don't you dare! Hello. Hallminster. Hallminster switches past these gates through the woods. There's not exactly a near neighbor to Crystarium, but as we occupy the same region, we have built something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? The town is beset by a swarm unlike any we have seen in recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villages, but as many as half remain. Judging by the number of eaters present, we have good reason to believe that the Light Warden leads the attack. How convenient. It seems we'll have a chance to slay a warden sooner than expected. One does not simply slay a warden. Has no one told you what happens if you defeat one of those fiends? They hold more light inside them than all of their underlings put together. It can be struck down, aye, but its essence won't dissipate like the weaker kind. Vile ether will billow outwards and develop the nearest living being, a reckless young swordswoman perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden. Ah well, you can leave that particular quandary to us. I must ask that the guards stand down and allow us to engage the leader of the Eaters alone. Concentrate on the survivors. We must save every life we can. But what if... Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I will not watch you brave such danger without an escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you. Very well. Then a warden slaying party shall include myself, the Liveliers, Captain Nina, and last but not least... a formidable group indeed. Into Hallminster we go. Once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. It's time. I'm so excited. Yep. So that was just the system explanation for this. Let's go. Form a party. I also need to talk to them actually. Hello. Command of this sort is yours. Though not as spry as I once was, my long years of experience will serve you in some capacity. I can wield spells to heal or harm, even fashion arcane shield and sword should we have need of defensive wall. Simply say the word. Destroy a Light Warden for good. If it's possible now, then why not before? Whatever the exec believes, I will force a retreat if I deem it necessary. I did not become captain of the guard being weak. I can't help but wonder if the scale of this raid is related to the recruiting the Eaters were doing in the Armor Ring. Not that it matters. After all the combat I saw there, I'm more than ready to test my magics against one of these great abominations. As you may have deduced, the troublesome quality of the Wardens, which I endeavored to raise earlier, was this confounded capacity of spontaneous rebirth. But the Exarch seems confident he has matters in hand, so I shall trust that we may slay a foe without fear of etheric aftermath. My restorative spells are at your disposal. Party! Yes, that's exactly the team I want. Let's go! Yes! It's time for the best system! And also, honestly, the best first dungeon they have made to date. This dungeon is fantastic. Oh god, Sunita, can be. Go, Exarch! Take that bear! Yes! We are fighting with our friends! I love it! Good music too. So this does take longer than if I were to do it with players, but it is much more fun than doing it with cranky old players. I think single target is actually better now, because it's 2 enemies. So the reason it's slower is because NPCs don't know what AoEs are, and will actually continuously attack single target for the entire fight. But that's fine. Because I love them. They are good. And they are also really good at taking aggro from you. Almost like they were programmed to do their jobs well. But yeah, so they made it purposely so that the NPCs wouldn't be better than human players, as to not give you no reason to ever do this with human players again. Because that would kill Duty Finder. And be really bad at an MMORPG. So they were nerfed. But it's so nice to just be able to do this with your NPC friends. Whee! It's so good. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. Ah. I could cast Flare, to be honest, but I'm kind of forgetting. Frankly. Get this, and then just get this out there. Some murder. Whee! I forgot to cast Flare again. Hiya. I'm still not very good at this class. This is kind of Flare, but for single target. But yeah, this is what I want to do. Cast Flare here, and go to Ice. Cast Freeze. Get the Foul out. And Thunder. Nice. But yeah, so Despair is really nice. I'll show it off single target when I get the chance in a boss or something, but usually the enemies die too fast for it to be of use. Okay. Oh, interesting combo. I think that's not enough mana, yep. Nice. Give it a foul really quickly. Nice. And the flare. The mandatory flare. It's mandatory. And boop. I should be able to sort of, yeah, do this here. And now time for the first boss. That thing. Oh, time to kill it. Monster we saw in Armoring. Easy now, what is it? We face it together. Yes, the music. Listen to it.
Leave the healing to me.
I will. I will leave the healing to you. I wasn't planning on doing anything else.
I'm with you.
Bonk. Ah, fuck. Raisin bowl. I don't remember what this does. Ah, this. I will not enjoy myself if it does it that way, yep. Yep, exactly that is what I didn't want. Okay, now this. Now despair. Which will refresh my stacks, which is perfect. Because then I can just go over to the other stance. Yes. Foul. And keep hitting it. Ah, this is a fun rotation. Yep. So every one of them has their own, like, little AI quirks. Alize says that she does always immediately use LBs when they become available. Nah, I'm gonna get hit here. Might as well just kind of attack it. Unfortunate. And despair. Bonk.
Focus. Release.
Foul. And killing time.
Leave the healing to me.
I wasn't planning on healing myself, Alphino. That's the plan. Despair! Ice Stance. Blizzard. You fuck, I went out of reach. You bitch. Damn it. Ah well. That's that. One down. We need this. Is this good? Not really. I bet that was the first boss. Gremlin. Very cute. They're cute, I mean, wow. More thunder! Thunder 4! Do we have... No, we don't. Whee! And blizzard time. And single target. Also foul. Ah! What's in this? An item that I don't need. Pog. Oh, actually, that's better. I did need it. Let's go! Bonk! My? Okay. But yeah, this is... I love this. Just hanging out with the NPCs. Oh, wait, those are villages. Yep, yep. This daughter must be answered. Yeah, this isn't good. Just dead villages. And take this and that and cast Foul and get the proc and cast another Foul and cast Fire 2. Ah, so much to press, so much to do. And Flare!
You underestimate me.
Boom! I don't. I would never underestimate you.
Leave the healing to me.
Bonk. I wasn't planning on doing anything else, Alfino, I told you before. You can heal to your heart's content. I'm a black mage. Oh, what's in this? A necklace! I didn't need it. Wait, I already did. It's clearly better than this. Why can I not... Huh? What? Oh, it's aiming. Oh. Right. It's aiming gear, everyone. My favorite. Aiming gear indeed is not better. That is correct. Woo. Boop. One. 2, 3. Okay, I wanna get prepped. Go to Blizzard. Do you see who we're fighting next? Another eater. So this is where you went. Tesleen. No. Why? Why, Tesleen? Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect.
I will not yield, damn it all!
Alfino just fucking died, okay? Great. We might wipe here. To lack of Alfino, in fact. Yep. Let's wipe. Goodbye. Alfino died to unfortunate NPC positioning. It happens. You just summoned the carbuncle. He truly is a scholar. I didn't need to use that. That's a waste of a 3-minute cooldown, anyway. We fall. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. And you love the trauma game? It's my favorite. Woo! I would appreciate if it didn't make me stand in that, but that doesn't kind of work that way. Ah, I could have used the spare there. God dang it. Fucking hell. Ah, crap. Oh well.
Leave the healing to me.
1, 2, 3, despair. One, 2, 3, fire. Oh, they're gonna walk into the center, gods. Dang it. Oh my gosh. Ah! Stop walking through me! When an enemy passes through you, it interrupts your cast. That just happened twice in a row. I'm upset. I don't fucking hate this. I'm so off rotation. Fire! Yes, good. One, 2, despair. Perfect. I'll just say, if you can't pay, I'm fine. Let's just keep moving. Yep, that was Tesleen. A waking nightmare indeed. Ow! Forgive an enmity! Oh no! The aggro! The aggro system has been forgiven. A weird choice of evasion, but okay. No, not fire 3, fire 2. This class is surprisingly easy to play with just your mouse. Because you just kind of stand there, T-posing, casting your abilities. But yeah, this is definitely the expansion where they unshackled Soken in terms of his creativity and let him just fucking compose whatever he wanted. And it's bangers. Just... This expansion has the unofficial title of Shadowbringers because all the music is so good. And I agree, the music is amazing. There's a few songs in the game I like more than the stuff in Shadowbringers. But there's a couple. I have to concede there is a couple tracks outside of Shadowbringers
You underestimate me.
that I do like more than the Shadowbringers music. I know, sacrilegious. A dreadful. Truly. Bonk. And I'm gonna go to single target. Eat the blizzard onto this. Oh, I should have fouled. No, oh, it's going to go over. Crap.
So be it.
Ow. Can it be so a bit faster, please? I would like to not take damage all the time. Crystal Exarch, please. But hey, at least I can now freely complain about my teammates because they are all robots. None of them are real people. They are all just programmed AI code. This is basically just the game fighting itself at this point. And I'm just standing here helping. And this is the last wave of ads. After this, we are home free for the bus. Oh, my thing ran out. Whee! Bonk. 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 But yeah, as you can see by the timer, this takes a while. But it is the scenic route, like hanging out with your NPC friends. That's so good. Oh, those are sage weapons. I mean, you could technically be a sage in here, that is true. I need to clean up my inventory. I could reheat all the raid stuff, theoretically, because I'll never buy those items on this character. There it is. The Light Warden, Philia. Allow me to just...
So be it.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fire 4. Fire 4. Fire 4. Fire 1. Fire 4. Fire 4. Fire 4. Despair. You are kidding me. You piece of shit. No. The one mechanic I didn't want to get hit by this entire fight, and I get hit by it. No. Fucking way. Okay. Let's go to the other side. Yep. That mechanic just stuns you randomly. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay, despair. Very good. We're back gaming. Let's go. One fire 4. 2 fire 4. 3 fire 4. Regular fire. More fire 4. And then despair. That's the rotation. That's it. I don't do anything else. I'll come later. I'm here. Hello. No, why? My ley lines. Why did you have to do this when they were up? I'm gonna use them as much as I can. That is so annoying. Ah, no. That is so... Ah, I didn't enjoy that. Come in, friends. You're fine. You're fine. No worries. Oh, thank you. Not me again.
There'll be nothing left of you but a smoking crater.
Suck. Ether suck. That's what it's doing. It's just sucking the ether. Let's go. Woo. I think Pendulum is next on the list of attacks it does. That's Head Crusher, Tank Buster, that is. Not my problem. The NPC's got that covered. Whee! That doesn't consume triple cast. Oh, that's interesting. So Triple-Cast is only consumed on actually cast abilities. I didn't know that. I haven't been playing this class for very long though. Hey, we have done it. Level up to level 82, let's go. Only 8 levels to go until I've reached the fucking cap. The tongue though. Ugh. That is an interesting monster design. That's a long tongue. Oh boy. Well now. High fire! Pog! And high blizzard! And aspect mastery, yep. War axe, great, thank you. Well, that was our first dungeon foray with our favorite NPC friends. They are so good. I want to hug them all. Love them.
It's releasing its ether! Fall back! We cannot let it touch us! Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw!
It's time to become what we must.
Though I appreciate your concern, the eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor. But now we have a way to contain that corruption. The blessing of light, and the hero who wields it now stands before you.
It's time. This is exciting. And I'm fine. There it is!
Behold, the monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
The night sky! Look at it.
It can't be.
What's happening?
It's so beautiful.
The sunless sea. The warrior of darkness has come.
Yes!
Is that what I think it is?
It is.
The night sky. As it should be.
Who are you people? You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true.
They are.
My lord?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing. For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of night.
Yes.
Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete. Though darkness has fallen here, the other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains. Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But, be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will. I swear, on my life, I will one day atone for that deed, but for the present, I beg you stay and see this fight to its conclusion. Cast down the wardens and restore darkness to the first.
Artbird. Ah, I will become the warrior you need.
On behalf of the first, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, XR, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll.
They may.
Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you. It's a family failing, I'm afraid.
One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, we will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin Eater is defeated.
Come then, my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villagers and make our way back to the Crystarium.
Ah, that was so good. The night theme is so beautiful. How quickly you've justified my faith in you. So many lives saved, but the sky itself heralds your success. A single victory in a larger struggle, perhaps, but a momentous one nonetheless. It's as if the sky itself had disappeared into the heavens. If I didn't have wounded to attend to, I'd never stop staring. Without that constant glare, Lakeland seems like an entirely different place. It's over, yes. I might need a moment. Now, as for how we proceed from here. The villagers have arrived safely in Crystarium. They seem to be accepting the situation for the moment. Most folk are far too distracted by the sky to worry about wounds or lost homes. They whisper and wonder if the worry of darkness had come. 'Tis to be expected. Rain, I must ask a favor of you. Would you be so kind as to conceal your involvement in this endeavor for the time being? Seeing the light recede from Lakeland is a momentous occasion, and many will be swept up in the maelstrom of excitement and confusion. Should he come forth as a legendary warrior of darkness, I fear that, no matter how good your intentions, such an appearance would throw the city into disarray. I find myself in agreement with the Exarch, although my concerns are more focused on humor. It may be the best if you maintain a low profile until we see how Vorthri responds to all of this. My thanks. Though we cannot freely celebrate your success, pray allow your heart to be buoyed by the joy of a citizen, a joy you surely brought into being. And I must have the same discretion of you, Captain. 'Tis my intention to share with her people the tale of a great warrior who stood in defiance of the Sin Eaters. This unnamed champion defeated the Light Warden and has since departed for paths unknown, yes? Yes, you wish, my lord. Your penchant for mystery is nothing new, and I will encourage folk not to question this either. Although, I expect to be the whole truth of one day, about all of you. With that settled, I shall return to the Crystarium and make an address to the people. These explanations and adjustments will consume much of my time, so pray take the opportunity to rest and recover from your exploits. And to think you'll not even need to shutter the windows to enjoy a dark, peaceful night's sleep. I must stay behind and coordinate the evacuation for the remaining survivors. And I hesitate to ask after all you've done here today, but could I ask you to pass on a message on your way to the pendants? Please let Bragi know that we're bringing in a number of injured, that any restoratives in the market need to be reserved for the infirmary. I'm trying her accent, but I'm failing miserably. I'm sorry to everyone who is from Great Britain. Like, well, maybe Ireland. I can't actually pinpoint it. It might be Irish, if I think about it. I don't know. I don't know, though. I'm having a lot of trouble just actually separating the Irish and Scottish accents when spoken softly. When they are spoken softly, they are very similar to me, and it's very hard for me to spot the differences reliably. Well, what can I do? We should start making our own way back to the Crystarium. Slowly, mind you. It wouldn't do to arrive soon after the Exarch. I'm staying behind as well. There's something I need to check in on in Holminster. We already went through the village top to bottom, honestly. We should take all the chance to rest, you included. I knew one of those eaters, and I can't rest. Not now. So please, I wish you were left alone for a while. That means you as well, Rain. I shall be cross if you try to follow me. I promise to find you later, when I feel myself again. Just you and me then, shall we? Poor Alice. Oh, it's so beautiful. Just the night. Well, the Crystarium seems relatively ordered, wouldn't you say? The Exarch's speech must have been reassuring to hear. On the contrary, there's something jubilant in the air. I have a feeling this night wouldn't be quite as peaceful as Hooded Friend predicted. I think I should take a brief stroll around town before retiring to my chambers. Once you've discharged your duty to Bragi, I suggest you do the same. Sleep well, Raina. I hope untroubled dreams find you and Alizé both. Hi, what can I do for you? Look into my lantern like every other stumbling soul in the city. I see. Well, Captain Lena can rest assured that any potions I spot coming in will be set aside for the wounded. Hang on a moment. If you're carrying a message for the guard, does that mean you were there then? The battle at Holminster? A stalwart lad like you might want to pay a visit to the Wandering Stairs, make himself known. I'm sure Glynot can introduce you to some interesting opportunities. Seal, more beer for table 2. And a couple of pints meat for the table for table 3 while you're at it. Coming right up. Oh, sorry, worst of her feet this evening, sir. Gonna get you anything? Drinks out of the house. Oh, that Bragi has a twisted sense of humor. No, think he'd send you to me at a time like this. The first real night in nearly 100 years has folks all right up and then some. What's more, it was the eater business at Holminster Switch. They say Light Warden was destroyed without a damn trace. Was the Warrior of Darkness who did the deed? I really must apologize for Glenard. He's been almost as rowdy as our customers. That's no small feat. A lot of our regulars are bounty hunters, you see. They mostly go after eaters or the rumors of the warrior's appearance with the spark for the kindling. You know how the weak eaters are drawn to the strong ones, right? Aye, they swarm like angry bees around the queen. You need to look no further than Holminster for proof of that. But it takes all that skill don't happen every day. Praise to be the blessed Shadow. No, the more common threats are the strays. No one knows why, but every now and again an eater will leave a pack to pull alone. Those are the ones you run into on the road if your luck's foul. They're a danger to everyone, so the settlement council puts bounties on their heads. And our bar here is a convenient place for hunters to gather and share information. Seems a few of them were inspired by the warden slaying and even more than most. These are the types who have their sights set on absolute worst of the strays. A class of eaters that we've dubbed the Cardinal Virtues. The Virtues showed up out of nowhere about 3 summers ago. When historians heard the descriptions given by the survivors, well, apparently they share an appearance of the villains who caused the flood. And if that doesn't send a chill down your spine, they are also reported to be as tough as Light Wardens. Not the kind of prey you can take down single-handedly. Our virtue hunters had all but given up, but knowing the Warrior of Darkness is out there has lit a fire in their bellies. Just look at them. That Hume over there is Oversized Sword's grandson. He's in it for revenge, wants to recruit comrade in arms as tenacious as he is. The Mr. lad is Lurik. Don't be fooled by those dewy cheeks. He's as hard as hunter as they come. He just lost a partner and seems to be on the lookout for a new one. That's Serig. Word is he seeks an expert in magecraft to help him fight the virtues after. Last Swift Jet, dwarf or drunkard both. Wanted to join forces with a healer, not only healer. Something about needing a mentor's wisdom. I've seen my share of competent veterans, and you have to that look about you. Maybe you should introduce yourself to one of the hunters. Who knows, together you might even collect a bounty for cardinal virtue. Now there's a grand idea. Imagine the prestige my bar would earn if we boasted the patronage of a successful virtue hunter. Yep. So, this is a very important box here that I just skipped because I was going to tell you anyway. You need to complete one of those 4 quest lines to complete the main story. It's mandatory. It will just not let you if you didn't. So, next time, we will be, in fact, doing that. But for today, the last thing we will do is this. Welcome back, sir. I wonder if anyone can sleep with the city in such an uproar. But will you be retiring to your quarters? Very good. In light, present of the situation, I have an illumination prepared for all your rooms. No need to rush at the markets for lanterns or candles. Have a pleasant rest, sir. So good.
So it's your lot's turn to be the warriors of darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
Hi, Artbird. You've been watching, have you?
Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Yulmore and then on to Armarang. And I was there when you slew the Light Warden. Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends then?
Yes, they are.
Through thick and thin?
Yes, they are indeed.
Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time? I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
Well, I haven't gotten numb to it yet.
So this is what the light was hiding. He's here. I must go to him.
I am indeed.
Intruders! Fan out and find them!
Ooh, voiced.
my way!
No! That's a friend!
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy.
Gaius!
When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders.
Indeed.
Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the warrior of light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Through no choice of my own, they tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear the receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript, no skills to exploit, nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart. Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Now is not the time indeed.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
Ha! From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
Well then. This game. Every time. Like, I can make it exactly up until the vault without crying. And then I just, nope. Sad. fucking Shadowbringers. Well then. Can I just go in without... Nah, sad. Okay, then we'll log out here. I don't want to go to another cutscene. That will be the stream for today. After going on for over 2 hours extra yesterday, I do need some rest. In any case, I will see you on Tuesday for more games and fun and probably more Final Fantasy because I really want to try to at least get as far as I can until January. I want to be able to play 6.3 on content, but maybe I won't be able to. If I'm not, then we'll play 6.3. Then we'll definitely be able to play 6.4 on content though, which is honestly the second to last patch of Endwalker, but nah, what can I do? In any case, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you've had a good time. I'm live every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday, unless otherwise noted. From usually around 6 PM European time, or European summertime if that's a thing. Like during half of the year when that is applicable. And I'm also available on YouTube. These VODs are all going to YouTube. You can watch them there. And yeah, I wish you a good night. Bye bye.